Well, hello and welcome to my channel. This is Beverly on Fabulously Functional Through Faith. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making a soup for my husband and myself. This past weekend we just celebrated with our son Alex, who got married to his beautiful bride Chrissy Renee. And we just had a wonderful time being with family, with friends. Not a lot of family and friends because of COVID-19, but nevertheless, there were enough there that we enjoyed ourselves, had wonderful fellowship, broke bread together. Of course, you know, Dr. Woodard and I, my husband and myself, have changed our lifestyle as far as how we eat. So we kind of got off of the beaten path of our lifestyle change this weekend, you know, eating some of those comfort foods, those foods that are good to us, but not necessarily good for us. So we're trying to get back on track. And even for Thanksgiving, I'm starting to put together my healthful menu because it is COVID-19 and we can't just stick our heads in the sand and act as if it's business as usual. But part of Thanksgiving in my mind and heart is being thankful that I was able to get my family through COVID-19, that none of us succumbed to COVID-19, that they were all still healthy. I have a daughter who is a nurse, you know, and while she was carrying her twins, she came down with COVID-19. And God brought us through that. And so part of my way of being thankful to God is taking care of the body that He has equipped to take care of itself. But because our bodies are acidic, and we eat too many of the things that we should not be eating, or should not eat so much of, in order to fortify our bodies, to fight off disease, instead of waiting on a vaccine, or just simply saying, hey, social distance and wear your mask. No, that's very, if you will, superficial when you say wear your mask and social distance. But if you want to internalize it, if you want to fortify your body and stay well, then you have to start from the inside. And then you won't have to be really worried about the outside, because your body will be fortified and will be able to fight disease like God designed it to. So I'm going to be making this soup. It's called a soup mix, 7-blend, grain-free. And in it, it has, my husband loves soups, he loves beans, he loves lentils and all that kind of stuff. So this has split peas, organic mung beans, yellow split peas, white kidney beans, green lentils, red lentils, organic orlotti beans. And so all these different beans are in here. Something I've never tried. And so I'm going to try it. But before I do this, I'm going to put these over here in my crock pot and wash them off, and then I'm going to add a stock that I am making right here. So right now I brought to a boil this beautiful hot water, and I think I've talked about how I make my own vegetable stock. I looked around and I said, Beverly, you don't have any vegetable stock. So I said, fine, I'll make my own. So what I do is I save parts of the vegetables that I use to cook with or make salads with, and I put them in the freezer for when I want to make my own stock. And so I have a few things here. Now from my freezer, I've kind of set it out and let it thaw it just a little bit. But when my peppers start to kind of wilt and they're not as firm, I just pop them in the freezer. So I got a red one and I have a green one. And then I have here, when I chop my parsley and I cut the stems off my parsley, I keep the stems. And so here you have stems. They're thawing out now, but these are stems from parsley that I've cut the leaves off and kept the stems and put them in the freezer. So I'm going to add these stems to this hot water. I'm going to add these whole peppers. I'll cut them in half. They were frozen, they've thawed, so it makes it easier to cut. I'm going to add that to my water. And all this is, it's going to make a wonderful stock to cook these beans in. I'm going to add these peppers to my water. Then to that I'm going to add, I don't have any more white onion, That's okay. I'm just going to add some red onion. It'll be just as flavorful. So I'm going to add a red onion, whole red onion, it's medium size, to my stock. And let's see what else I want to add. I had, okay, so here are like little pieces of leftovers from when I make my salads during the week. And so now that I'm getting ready to go to the grocery store and buy some fresh stuff, I just put all the old stuff in here and let it become a part of my, if you will, vegetable broth, a vegetable stock. So I've got a jalapeno pepper here. It looks pretty good, but I'm going to take half of it. I'm going to seed it. I'm going to take half of it. Take these seeds out. Because I don't want it to have too much kick. But I want the broth to have a bit of a kick. Because it's just going to make that soup over there, that lentil soup, delicious. So half of jalapeno, and I've put that in there. I've got some carrots in here that make a wonderful, some little pieces of carrots that I've had left over from making salads for my husband. Gonna drop that in there. And I've got some more red pepper. Red bell pepper. I'm just gonna drop in there. Here's some more carrot. I'm gonna drop that in there. Got a few pieces of green onion here that I use to make my pomegranate salsa. And so I'm going to drop all that extra green onion in here. And I'm going to tell you what, it's already smelling wonderful. And I've got a few little pieces of celery, some more onion, some cilantro leaves, and all these are just things that I've used to make salad. When I get done, if I don't use it all, I throw it all in a bowl and I keep making salad till it's already gone. It's all gone, but I'm just going to dump all this in here now. Like so, like that. Oh, I didn't get all of my, parsley. Put all that in there. Alright, then I'm going to stir it around just a little bit. Smells absolutely wonderful. Now, I want you to see, I think I can tilt it so you can kind of see what it looks like in here. I'm going to tilt this camera just a little bit. We're going to turn it this way. I'm going to tilt the pot so you see how beautiful and colorful, that is. I don't want to spill the water. But you've got all your colors in there. And so once I've boiled these for a few minutes, all the color and the nutrients and flavor are going to be left in that water. And that's going to make this over here heavenly when I do the mixed lentils soup. So while that's cooking, I want to show you these beans. These lentils, I call them lentils. Grain-free lentils. And I'm going to take them. And so here they are. I want to show them to you. I want you to see what they look like outside of the bag. So I'll pour a few in here. And so you have yellow. You've got yellow, you've got white, you've got green, red. There's a red one right here. And it's just beautiful, beautiful harvest color. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put these over there. And I just may even add to the mixture once the beans get started cooking, some butternut squash. Just add that to it. And maybe I'll get me a little bit of kale and add some fresh kale to it. Just make a wonderful, hearty, beautiful soup. Just to kind of get us back on track after, you know, the wedding celebration of my son and his beautiful bride. Get us back on track on this vegan, heart-healthy diet. I wish you all could smell these vegetables boiling and making this wonderful stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this entire bag of lentils in here. in my crock pot. There they are. I'm going to go rinse them. And what I do is I rinse until the water's clear. I keep pouring the water off. Then I put some more back on. Pour the water off. Put some more back on. Pour that water off. Some more back on. I think this last time is going to be the charm. Because the water's getting clear. And pour that water off. Beautiful. Okay. So I've rinsed all of that off. And there they are. They've been rinsed several times. The water's clear. And so I'm going to allow this to cook for a little bit. And then I'm going to allow it to cool. I'm going to pour it over this. Add some liquid aminos and some other good seasonings. And then let it cook in the crock pot. So just hold your mute.